An ocean current is a seawater current which exists as a response to an exterior force. On the surface, for example, these can be winds which activate a layer of water. The forced movement generated by the wind gradually penetrates lower layers, and it's thought that roughly the first kilometer of seawater is sensitive to surface winds. This phenomenon is the first driver of ocean circulation. It organizes currents rather precisely with the Gulf Stream, ocean gyres, the Antarctic circumpolar current, and so on. Another driver of ocean currents is linked to surface temperature and salinity changes. Temperature changes can be caused by significant solar heating in tropical regions and cooling generated by extremely cold winds by the absence of sunlight at the poles. There is consequently a major temperature difference between the north and the south. This creates differences in density. In the tropics, warmer water dilates. It occupies a larger volume and is therefore actually lighter. Cooler water, for instance, near the poles, contracts and becomes denser and is therefore able to sink deep. Surface water sinks 2, 3, or 4 kilometers deep, and this water then comes back to the south, 3,000 or 4,000 meters deep towards the tropics. The ocean responds naturally and spontaneously to this difference in temperature. Without this motion, temperatures in the tropics would indefinitely increase and perpetually cool, ultimately freezing the ocean at higher latitudes. To maintain a balanced system, there has to be heat transport. And this forces water, it moves water and generates part of the thermohaline circulation. The ocean's role on the climate is not limited to this effect, but oceans do play the highly important role of heat redistribution across the planet. This thermal effect is reinforced by a freshwater effect. For instance, ice packs near the North Pole or Antarctica may melt due to global warming. Think of a melting ice cube. It releases fresh water that is distributed across the ocean's surface. This fresh water is lighter than the ocean's salt water. And if you have a thin layer of fresh water coming at that moment, it will block the vertical water sinking I was describing earlier. And this moving walkway may be slowed down by melting Arctic ice. This is one of the concerns of global warming, that melting ice packs might line ocean surfaces in the Arctic, for example, and therefore limit the vertical sinking of water which feeds into the major circulation loop that I mentioned before.